What's going on, guys? Today's Thursday, November the 7th. Just 3 games on today's schedule. Since there's only 3 games, I'm going to go over every single one, give you guys my best looks. These games do look a little tricky, but I think I got some pretty good picks for tonight, guys. We're going to get those picks in just a moment. First, quick recap from yesterday. Not a good night. 1 and 2. Dropped my best bet with Philly. They are so disappointing, guys. I expected them to bounce back after that loss in Phoenix. They played well in Phoenix, guys, but they came out flat once again. They are just an absolute disaster. Make things worse, guys, Tyrese Maxey, he strained his hamstring in that game, and news is out he's going to be out for a few weeks. They just can't catch a break, guys. Philly is struggling hard. Anyways, guys, that was yesterday. Let's see if we can bounce back today with these 3 picks. I think they're pretty decent, guys. Let's take a look and see if we make some money on this Thursday. Bounce back Thursday. Let's go. All right, first up, we got a couple of cellar dwellers here, guys. Utah and Milwaukee. These teams have been stinking it up to start the year. 1 and 6, respectively. With Utah, I can't say I'm too surprised. With Milwaukee, I don't think anybody would have predicted a start to the season like this. But they have not been playing well, guys. The Bucks. 6-game losing streak, just an absolute disaster. To be fair, though, guys, they have shown some signs of life in their last 2 games. They played a couple games against Cleveland. Cleveland's undefeated and first in the East. They're 9-0. They lost at the buzzer, pretty much at the buzzer in Milwaukee by a point. That was with Giannis in the lineup, and in the previous game, they were on the road without Giannis. Almost picked up a big win as 8.5-point dogs. They dropped that by 2. Just details at the end, guys. They have not been able to get the job done. Now, I do expect Milwaukee to win this game, guys. This is, if you can't beat the Utah Jazz at home, the problems are extremely serious. I think they are going to win this ball game. Can I lay the 8.5? There's just way too many points, guys. I can't do it. And I also can't bet on Utah with the points. We've gotten used to seeing them not only lose on the road, but a lot of times they get blown out and get blown out bad. But if it was any other team, guys, I'd be all over the chalk here, but I can't do it with Milwaukee. How am I going to approach this game? I'm looking at the team total for Utah. It's at 111.5 points. I'm going to look to go under the number on the team total with Utah. I think if Milwaukee if Milwaukee is going to start getting wins, they're going to have to start playing some defense, guys. They can't be giving up. They're giving up 118 points a game. That won't get it done, guys. They're going to have to lock up on D. I think this is a good opportunity here. I'm going to take Utah with the team total under 111.5, my pick in this ball game. All right, up next, Portland and San Antonio taking on the Spurs. Spurs are 4-point home favorites. 217.5 is the total. Portland, they are 3-5 on the year. A decent 2-2 on the road. 500 basketball on the road. Coming off a very nice win against the Pelicans, 118-100 in New Orleans. And the game before that, a 6-point loss to Phoenix, which means Portland has been playing pretty decent. The form is not that bad. The thing with Portland, guys, and teams of their caliber is that they are very inconsistent. One game they could play well, and the next game they could just go right back to what they really are, and that is a poor basketball team. That is the Portland Trailblazers. They're not going to make the playoffs, guys. No play, no nothing for them. We pretty much know what to expect from Portland. The San Antonio Spurs, overall, I'd say they're playing a little better than Portland to start the year, even though they do have identical records. Last couple of games, San Antonio has not really played that well. They dropped a game against the Clippers a couple of games ago where they got up 26 in the first quarter, ended up losing it by 9. And last night they were in action, guys, against Houston, 127-100. The game was a blowout pretty much from start to finish. The good news coming out of that game is that since it was a blowout, no starters logged in any heavy minutes. The Spurs are a young ball club, so I don't think fatigue is going to be an issue here. The 4-point line, I'd say, is a little high, guys. I expect this to be a little lower, probably around 2.5, since the Spurs are on a second night of a back-to-back. But I think San Antonio, guys, is the better club here. I think they could win and cover this spread. I'm going to take them here with the -4. Take the Spurs in tonight's ball game. All right, last game of the night, Minnesota and Chicago taking on the Bulls. Minnesota 9-point road favorite, 227 is the total. Minnesota just 4-3 on the year. 3 wins in their last 5 games. Minnesota, guys, struggling a bit to start the season, but I talked about this, guys, in some previous videos. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to build that chemistry with Julius Randle and DiVincenzo now on the team without Karl-Anthony Towns. They'll pick it up, guys. Minnesota, when it's all said and done, they'll be up in the top 3-4 positions in the West. But as of now, guys, just 4-3. They're currently sitting 8th place. Good news for Minnesota. No new injuries for them. They've been off for a couple of days. The legs should be fresh. Chicago, the legs probably will not be fresh for the Bulls. It's going to be their 3rd game in 4 nights. And they've been playing. They're on a 3-game losing streak. The 3 games, guys, 120 to 112 loss to Brooklyn. Not a good game over there. Then they lost at home to Utah, guys. 135 to 126. That's a very bad loss. And last night against Dallas got blown out by 20. Zach LaVine didn't play last night. Don't know his status quite just yet in this ball game. I don't see any word. He's probably listed as questionable. Haven't seen him ruled out either. Got to follow him over there. But even if he plays, guys, doesn't play, I don't think it'll make much of a difference. I'm going to take the Timberwolves here. They got the fresher legs. Chicago, bad spot, 3 games in 4 nights. I'm going to take the Timberwolves here with the -9. I'm also looking at some player props. I see Julius Randle, guys, the 20.5 points. I think he could go over that number. Chicago, we know, is pretty thin in the interior. He could have his way in this game. I'm also looking at a prop bet for Julius Randle. But my play here, guys, Minnesota -9. Utah, team total under 111.5. Minnesota -9. San Antonio -4. My 3 picks for tonight. Guys, I don't think I'm going to be betting on all 3 of these games. But these are my leans as of now. The game that I think I will be putting money on for sure is going to be with San Antonio. Probably my favorite pick of the night. I think this line, guys, a little inflated. Book's kind of putting a bigger number there, I think, to draw some money in with the Trailblazers. San Antonio is the 2nd night back-to-back, but like I said, the Stars didn't log in too many minutes. Jeremy Sohan, I forgot to mention, is not going to be playing. But the Spurs guys got a lot of young guys ready to step in and fill his spot. Spurs, my favorite play of the night. And with that, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have much more to add. Just 3 games tonight. San Antonio, though, my favorite out of the 3 plays. With that, guys, I'm going to wrap up right here. Remember, guys, to always bet responsibly. You can see down on the ticker. Be disciplined, guys. If you don't like any games tonight, just a 3-game schedule, there's nothing wrong with taking the night off. Tomorrow, we got a pretty big card, a lot more to choose from. So yeah, guys, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling right here. I'm going to wish you all good luck on your plays, and I'll check you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Later.